Welcome to the Bible Stories with Gian channel. We will discuss in this video, the Bible never calls them 10 Commandments. Did you know that the Bible never actually uses the phrase 10 Commandments? This might come as a surprise because many of us are familiar with the term, but the truth is the original text doesn't refer to them this way. Instead, it talks about 10 words or statements. Over time, this term has changed and the meaning has shifted. Let's explore how this happened and why. When Moses came down from Mount Sinai carrying the 2 stone tablets, they weren't originally called the 10 Commandments. In the Hebrew Bible, the term used is Aseret ha-Dibrot, which translates to 10 words, Exodus 34:28, Deuteronomy 4:13. These were seen more as a pledge between God and his people rather than strict orders. It wasn't until later translations that this term changed into something more commanding. The first major change occurred when the Hebrew Bible was translated into Greek. The Greek term used was Decalogue, meaning 10 words. This maintained the original essence, focusing more on these words as divine expressions rather than strict laws. But when Christianity began to spread and the Bible was translated into Latin, the idea of these words began to evolve into something stricter. In the early Latin translation of the Bible, the term decem verba was used, which still meant 10 words. However, this still kept the focus on these as more spiritual guidelines rather than absolute rules. It wasn't until the Bible was translated into English that we first see the phrase 10 Commandments being used. One of the most influential translations of the Bible, the King James Version, KJV, is where we first see this significant change. Commissioned by King James I of England in the early 1600s, the translators chose to call them the 10 Commandments instead of 10 words or statements. This change likely reflected the political atmosphere of the time, as King James I strongly believed in the divine right of kings. His version of the Bible emphasized authority and obedience, aligning with the monarchy's views. By calling them commandments, the KJV translators introduced the idea that these were not merely spiritual guidelines, but strict rules to be followed without question. This shift in language shaped how generations of Christians would understand these ancient texts. The commandments became a set of rules that must be obeyed, rather than a covenant relationship between God and his people. The political and religious climate of the time likely played a big role in this rebranding. King James wanted to reinforce his own authority as a ruler appointed by God. And what better way than by emphasizing obedience to divine commands? This interpretation fit perfectly with the power structure of the time, where the king's authority was absolute and unquestionable. This shift from words to commandments had lasting effects on Christian doctrine and teachings. For centuries, the 10 Commandments have been seen as strict rules to be followed, often without question. But what if this change in translation altered the original intent? It makes us wonder how other parts of the Bible might have been translated or rebranded to fit specific political or religious agendas over time. As we continue to study these ancient texts, it's important to remember that translations are not just about words. They also reflect the culture, politics, and beliefs of the time in which they were made. Understanding this can help us see the Bible in a new light and encourage us to dig deeper into its history. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into biblical history and translations. What do you think about the shift from 10 words to 10 commandments? Let us know in the comments below. We explore topics like this regularly, uncovering the hidden layers of ancient texts and their impact on modern beliefs. Stay tuned and remember, there's always more beneath the surface. See you next time. God bless you.